Kirby's copy ability is really amazing, isn't it? He simply just sucks up enemies and swallows them into the deep abyss of his stomach. And the next thing you know, he's practically gained all of their knowledge, mastering some kind of power or skill within seconds. How cool would that be if all of us were able to do something like that? Like, if I ate a cookie, I would gain all of its knowledge. Anyway, back to Kirby. There's a lot of mystery surrounding the copy ability, because we really don't know anything about it. To our knowledge, it's just a thing Kirby can do. Well, today, that's all about to change. We're going to talk about the truth surrounding Kirby and his amazing power. Now, what's really interesting about Kirby's copy ability is that he hasn't always been able to do it. Kirby's first adventure was in the game Kirby's Dream Land, which was really fun. In the game, Kirby is able to do a lot of moves that made the series famous. He can puff up his body to float around, inhale all kinds of different enemies and objects with ease, and of course, he does that cute dance. But the one thing Kirby can't do in this game is steal the enemy's ability. Instead, he just pukes them back out, which seems really weird, especially for a Kirby game. That's kind of like playing a Mario game and not being able to run and jump. It just feels like something that would always be in every game. But not here. Why might that be? Throughout your adventure in Dreamland, you'll come across a lot of these sparkling stars that Kirby can collect. At first glance, you might pass these off as nothing more than random collectibles in a game. But what if I told you that these sparkling stars are actually the source of Kirby's power? So how does that work exactly? Well, to start off, have you noticed the star theme surrounding Kirby and this entire series? Check it out. Kirby is from the planet Popstar, which of course is a planet in the shape of a star. Kirby rides around on something called a warp star, which is one of his most popular items, and Kirby's entire stomach is a black hole. And in the case of Kirby Squeak Squad on the DS, his stomach is a galaxy. And where are black holes and galaxies located? In space! And space has stars. But the most important star factor we need to take into account is in Kirby's mass attack, where Kirby's heart is literally a star. One that is alive, self-aware, and powerful. It's safe to assume that Kirby's heart is the source of his power. And I don't even mean that in a poetic and metaphorical way. No, his heart is literally what gives him his power. And since Kirby's Dream Land was Kirby's first ever adventure, his heart needed power and wasn't performing at its fullest potential. Thus, Kirby had to go out and collect the sparkling stars to energize his heart and unleash his true power. After defeating King Dedede, all of the collected star power gets fused with Kirby. And from this point on, Kirby has been able to use the copy ability, sometimes to amazing extents. But this theory doesn't end just quite yet, for there's one more secret about this amazing copy ability. Now, Kirby is part of a species which has been given a lot of different names throughout the years. Puffs, Puffballs, Cream Puffs, or simply the Kirby species. Let's just go with that. Now, all of these different Kirbys are able to utilize the copy ability in one way or another. It's just what their species can do, even in golf form. But what if their power was only temporary? What if when the Kirbys get older, they have to make a decision? You see, Kirby is still just a baby, so it's safe to assume his powers are still developing. This is why he's able to constantly switch abilities at will, and why he can quickly lose them after taking a few heavy hits. But as the Kirbys get older, they eventually settle down with one single ability. That ability is most likely chosen based on their frequent usage, mastery of said ability, and the user's personality. For example, Meta Knight. Now, Meta Knight is very mysterious in terms of his origins. There's not a lot of information on him. But he does have a puffball-like body and barely speaks. He resembles Kirby in a lot of ways, so it's not too crazy to assume that Meta Knight is the same species as the Kirbys. Which means he was able to do the copy ability at one point, but as he got older, eventually settled on the sword ability, due to his reserved and warrior-like nature. A mysterious wandering swordsman is always cool. The benefit to morphing to one specific ability is that no matter how hard you get hit, you'll never have to worry about losing it. So let's try and figure out Kirby. Kirby's appetite is endless, and he loves to eat. That, combined with his final smash used in Brawl, Kirby's final form could very well be the cooking ability, in terms of personality compatibility. However, he's also not a stranger to using a sword. People have seen this image of Kirby with Link's cap more than any other power-up in the series, in terms of mastery compatibility. He's a pretty talented puffball, so who knows. So everyone, what did we learn today? We learned that Kirby's heart is a star, and the true source of his power. We learned that the powers are also temporary, and Kirby will eventually have to choose one power to stick with. Does that sound stupid? Yeah, it does. Just don't take this too seriously. It's all fun food for thought. The only thing we know for sure about Kirby is that he's adorable as all hell. And he always will be.